This is a giant set of ATG movements. It's going to be really powerful for developing the quads, getting confidence in your legs. And so it could be seen as an extension after ATG 0, different style of training. This style is generally used more for hypertrophy. It's popularized by a bodybuilder named Milos Sarcev, who Charles Poliquin did quite a few workshops with. This would be the Poliquin step up. If you're lightly touching the heel to the platform, staying fairly upright with the trunk. These are really good for the patella tendon, and they're going to get the quads well activated. It's going to have good carryover to the ability to decelerate, the ability to dunk off one foot, jump higher. Also going to have some carryover to top speed, sprinting, running. If you're going to do an ultramarathon, which I am this month, then doing these for higher repetitions will help to prepare for a high volume of just that tiny little bit of knee extension which you get when you're running. So we go from that one into split squat. I'm going to go with the dumbbells here. Oof. This might not work, but we'll see. I did 20 kilos in the warm-up. So we're going straight from short range into more of a mid-range exercise. I don't really have the strength in the right at the moment. I've only got 30 and 40 kilo dumbbells here right now. Let's see if I can borrow some 20s. So we're putting these exercises back to back, challenging ourselves skill-wise, challenging endurance as well. It's definitely shaking up the system a little bit. 10 to 15 seconds between movements is about the standard. Bit of extra pause on the last one, just to show that there's more in the tank. It shouldn't be maximal for strength when you're going for more of an endurance stimulus. These ones you might not have seen, kneeling squat. When you play with them, you'll understand. You can either do it all the way back onto flat feet, give you a little bit more range. We could sit onto the heels. Both are really good for the feet. Stretching out the big toes. It's a different angle, different line of force, and you get a bit of occlusion or blocking of the blood flow, which is also really good. Come on this way. Getting some blocking of the blood flow is good for metabolic stimulus to the quads. This would be more the Vince Gironda technique. Hips up, then knees, knees, then hips, This is more the Tom Platz. Getting pretty toasted. Back to back to back. I like this last one. It's a bit of a loosener for the lower back, for the quads. Relax a little bit. We want to be able to touch the knees to the shoulders and then the heels to the butt. It's going to give you a bit of tractioning in the lower back, a bit of stretch in the anterior, and then also some of that hip flexor activation that we want to balance with our squats. It's not heavy enough to really balance it, but good to keep some stimulus there. Now Liam's gonna take over. Around about 6 minutes, working most of the time. How you feeling going into this, Liam?
Yeah, good. We've done a set before that you didn't see. That's why I was so sweaty, but it's good. Like, we were talking about this on the reel the other day of the genius of ATG is the range training to a certain extent, one of the geniuses of it. And you're strongest in your short range, weakest in the long range in terms of load. So when you're working from the step up to the split squat, to the squat, and then to the sissy squat, you're going through all of those ranges. So by the time you get to the sissy squat, if you're thinking about it from a knee standard, it's probably not going to hurt as much because you've progressed it through all the other ranges and got it used to it before you just jump into the sissy squat. Like sissy squat, if you first just jump into that first thing in the session, it's not going to be good for you. A lot of people hurt themselves. I hurt myself on my quad tendon from doing it too fast. But the step up is a game changer. We've been really focusing on this since I've been here. Two ways, like I always think about more knee because that's my background. And I was going up the heights thinking about the more knee adaptation. But Keegs was saying how people are focusing too much on that to a certain extent because they're always thinking they're the bad knee guy. So then they focus on the knee, focus on the knee, focus on the knee. They never progress to the point of anything else. So we're going lower on the step up and heavier, higher rep range for more overall development. Like he says, transfer to speed. With this variation of split squat before, first day doing it, kind of feels like the front squat version of it because you're extending through your spine. It's keeping you more upright, more load on that back hip flexor as well as on the front leg. Whoa. And squats. How are you saying? Yeah, good. We'll see once we get to the kneeling squats.
Strong here, concentrate. Let's go. Every rep. Oh. Yes, best rep, come on. Best rep. Oh.
And when you go from that straight into the kneeling squat, your quads have no chance to rest. Me and Kadeem were playing around with this. We've slid into kneeling squat. You probably think looks a bit weird. What's that even doing? You might think it looks kind of like a hip thrust. Might be glutes, but really, that pump quote is quite incredible. Even after like no load. And this can also be a regression to something like the reverse Nordic, getting that knee to close. You can even make it harder by leaning back. When you're at the top, you get the more range in the quads, but Not right now. And then sissy squats. Sissy squats are interesting. Ben talked about it as just a party trick, and he would show it off in his videos. But then he was doing it in his videos every day, and that kind of caused the adaptation as well. Obviously, maybe he didn't start there, but it's how I built my Nordics. Little secret is I was filming multiple times per week, hitting the Nordics, hitting the sissies, getting that sub-maximal reps, just like one here and there. And that really transformed both my Nordics and my sissies. So you can play around that. Don't go anywhere near the failure for that. And then it's the first time I've done this as well. Keeks is getting me to experiment with a lot of interesting things. We found out in football that my left hip flexor couldn't get to my chest to keep the ball in. So this is going to help that connection at short range, getting it all the way up, even squeezing that in the top. It's tough. Oh, dead. Done.
Go straight into some Nordics then, just to
Oh, it's my favourite. Create a little Nordic bar. Gym's developing fast. Here we go. Nah, it's all good. Oh, that's good stuff.
What do you think it's going to do for your mental game?
The Nordics?
Giant sets.
Oh, giant sets. Yeah, a lot. Football's a 90-minute match. It's one of the longest play times in football. Like you can, in sports. You can hear my breath. That lactic acid build up in the quads. Get your body more prepared for it, you said, with the step-ups, high reps on that. But it's like, if you do the step-ups and everything else in the same set, it's even more. So yeah, it's good stuff. I'll be more prepared than the athlete that hasn't. Anything else to say, or are we rolling?